Well, I actually did have a higher paying job before, but with all the drama with my previous employer and stuff, and I was only getting like 2 days off a month, I just couldn't stand working for him anymore, so I quit. Another reason why I wanted to quit is because not just being home every night and off on weekends, also I was starting to make decent money on the views on Facebook and stuff, so it was like kind of switching over to like making content for income. Because over at my old company, work slows down. You know, the natural gas company moved out of the area basically, or whatever. So I wasn't getting as many loads in. So I was only making about $250 to $300 a day. So I was almost making that much just with posting content. So I'm like, I could just almost sit at home or go back to my old job making less money, have more time to make more content and post it online. So, like, the TikTok Creator Fund did not really pay much at all at first, but then I started doing longer videos, and I was making about like maybe $100 a month if I did really good, if I had like a kind of a viral video. But the biggest thing was on Facebook when it really took off. I was getting paid $300 for every million views on Facebook. So that's what I mainly started posting on, is all kinds of bonus content on there. So like burnout videos, flamethrowers, guns, all kinds of stuff. Just be awesome. And I invited some friends. So the money from that content, helped pay for parts on Stinky Peet from before and things like that. Also use some of that money to pay for friends and TikTok friends and stuff to come over for a week and all kinds of entertaining things like that. But Facebook changed their payout. So now instead of getting like $300 for every million views, now it's down to only $100 for every million views. Plus the views is not as high as what it was. So I'm only getting about $300 to $400 a month from Facebook. I still get nothing from Instagram. I probably would have, if I still had access to my original YouTube account, I probably would have been monetized by now. But even right now, my current YouTube, not monetized. So none of that stuff I get paid for. And I know I could do sponsored videos on TikTok or the TikTok shop. They don't just send you the product, you also have to get approved for the video. So you got to actually write out a script, what kind of video you want to do with that product and get an approval for and stuff like that. And so once you get the product, then you make the video, post it, and then you only make money by the views or by sales or something like that. So I tried it like once or twice in the past, didn't really work out. Basically just doing content for free products. Now, there is other things outside of social media that I have gotten offers recently. So like some of these truck shows and other companies and parts companies have reached out to me to do sponsorships, but a lot of that stuff I just wasn't really into yet. See, a lot of full-on sponsors, you have to put their business names and decals on the vehicle, and you got to do lots of videos every month or a certain amount of videos, tag them in them, and do like interviews and like, not interviews, talk about their products, like testing and things like that. Talk about how good the product is. So like one product, if I get like a crappy product, I'm going to tell the honest truth. I know they're not going to like it, but that's one of the things I was worried about, is getting a product that's absolute horse crap, and if I tell the honest truth, they're not going to be happy about that. So like really big companies, I've dealt with it before talking about their products, and I got like shunned, because, oh no, our products are not that bad or blah, 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 blah. So like, I hate to like tell the honest truth because some of them get really upset, when you start talking about poor quality of their products. But some of it is just the way it's designed. Like, I could design stuff way better than some of this other stuff that's out there. There's a lot of planned obsolescence in all kinds of things. So, like the body on Stinky Pete, it's already 30 plus years old. See, it's not rusted. And then right here is a second gen, completely rotted out. So, just things like that. It's just the metal quality, the impurities in the metal. So, like on Facebook, I was averaging about $1,500 a month off Facebook, which actually would have paid for all these parts already. The 2 months I've been sitting here, like working my regular job, if I was making the money on Facebook, I would have had the $3,000 to pay for the injectors and the injection pump and everything, and even had the money to pay for this motor swap and all that. But beginning of this year, they switched the payout. So for the past like 4 months, it's only been like $300 a month. Even TikTok did the same thing. They beginning of the year, they changed the payout. So instead of getting like something like 30 cents for every 1,000 views or something like that, now it's only like 7 cents for every 1,000 views or something like that. Like, I can save up the money for these parts. It's just going to take a while, because I got all my credit cards are maxed out. You got to average out like something like 22% in interest rate. So if you think about $30,000 of credit cards, average of even at the low end of 20% interest, I got like $1,200 of just interest on credit cards that comes out of my account every month. And then you factor in like benefits from work, the health insurance. You got my electric bill for the shop here. You also got like insurance and registration on Stinky Peet. I have insurance and registration on the one Chevy. My Verizon bill, is about $400 a month because I have an iPad, internet router that still needs to be finished paying off on every monthly bill, on top of my regular $100 a month of the service on all those devices and everything. So like right now, I'm not making like killer money, but it's at least enough at work at my regular job. It's usually around $1,000 a week take home pay. So it's about $4,000 a month. I think that's something like $60,000 a year. It's only like half of what I used to make working for the gas industry, but it's still something. See, I just didn't want to take jobs that back over the road again, gone like nonstop, like 3 or 4 weeks straight over the road, doing like hazmat or natural gas or oversized loads or heavy hauling. So I'm trying to stick to like local jobs, but in this area, it's just not doing great right now. So like I do have a few things I could sell and just kind of get like a huge chunk of the credit cards paid off. That's why I got the '08 Chevy up for sale. I want to sell that, put most of that money in towards credit cards and get a big chunk out of it. And then put some of that money to buy another vehicle, which I would like to get like a Dodge Ram Charger to do a Cummins swap in it, or like a Chevy Blazer or another Chevy like 1-ton dually or something, to make a 4-wheel drive or something that's a spare vehicle, not just Stinky Pete to run on homemade diesel fuel. So like right now I'm driving the Honda, like my parents' spare vehicle, so I just don't have another vehicle to drive at the moment. I'm not driving the '08 Chevy at the moment until I can fix the spark mist type thing, the low oil pressure. I gotta pull it in the shop, change the oil regulator valve thing that's up underneath by the oil pan, so I gotta drop the oil pan to do that, get the oil pressure up where it's supposed to be. Of course, the blue Chevy is just too much rust on it right now, no title or anything, so I can't really put that on the road. I could maybe sell my Massey Ferguson backhoe, I know I don't need 2 backhoes. It was just nice to have one with a bucket all the time and then the one with the forks all the time. I didn't have to take the forks on and off all the time on my other backhoe. And it's nice if one breaks down, I still have the other one to use. I did try selling the Massey Ferguson before, but nobody wanted to buy it because it needs too much work. The front piece, cast iron piece, is broke on the front axle, so it's pretty much just held up into the socket with a chain and binder, so there's that and a few other little odds and ends. I got like maybe $100 worth of scrap metal to take in. I don't want to sell my car trailer I made. It's very expensive to replace it if I had to. None of this stuff is mine here. Most of that stuff there is not mine either. I got my old backhoe for parts, like the skinny bucket and stuff like that. So I don't want to scrap it because I already used quite a few parts off of this. I might need this whole front end loader assembly because on my other machine, it's actually cracked right there behind those hoses. My weld's broke, so I gotta try re-welding it and putting like a plate or a patch over it. See if I could fix it. The only thing that's holding it right now is just the patch that's on the outside on right here, but it's cracked all the way through. All the way down and around. So yeah, lots of projects, you know. So hopefully that answers a lot of your guys' questions and stuff like that, you know.